cracking. Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening, and thank you for all of you who've tuned in from around the country today and this evening. We hope that it's time well spent with us this evening. We're going to be seeing something that is completely unique this evening. Your friends might have said, come and see something you've seen before. I can assure you it's not anything that you've seen before. This evening you're going to be seeing a presentation, a discussion around about DuePoint. And DuePoint currently is the foremost wealth creation business in the country today. It is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That's important for you to know. Why? Because we are a homegrown South African company. We've been around since 1952. That's 68 years. And so nothing about our business is new or foreign. We're also a public company listed on the JSE. All of our information available to you, and we're licensed for life and short-term insurance business. Now, we tell you all of that. Why? Because, again, we see lots of stuff flowing in and out of South Africa all the time, and this causes a lot of confusion and creates a lot of stigma. People are always like, oh, this sounds new. It must be from overseas. Well, no, it's not. It's not new, and it's not from overseas, and I want you to have that confidence this afternoon, this evening, as we talk about DuePoint. Now, about half a decade ago, DuePoint was formed. So as I can see, more than nearly 5 years ago, this whole thing started up with us, and we started it up in pursuit of a solution to a problem that we saw arising in South Africa at the time. It's a problem that now is being publicly declared by our politicians as a reality in South Africa, and that was that we were, as South Africans, in financial crisis. Now, this is something that most South Africans don't want to even think about. I was talking to a close friend of mine last night, and he said, I'm like an ostrich. My head's in the sand. I don't even want to hear about it. Well, that's very sad, because we know that we can't not listen, not hear it, and do nothing. We need to do something about it. And 5 years ago, we decided we were going to do something about it. We know that as South Africans, we've lost control of our income and our expenditure. We don't have the opportunity anywhere to just suddenly increase our income. You can't go tomorrow to your boss or to your company or to your occupation and suddenly overnight increase your income. But at the same time, we're living in an economy where we can't control our expenditure either. How many petrol price increases did we get last year? 7. 7 petrol price increases in 1 year. I mean, I never heard of anything like that before in my life. And to top it off, we got a VAT increase, which increased prices across the board by another 7%. We know that not every year, but every week, prices are going up in South Africa. How do we marry those two? Well, we need an alternative solution. We need something that can create our own personal economy outside of what is happening in South Africa's economy today. What have we been seeing in the last couple of days? This week specifically, we have seen since the announcement of the NHI legislation, I don't know if you guys have been following it, National Health Insurance. What's happened to the Rand? The Rand has fallen through the floor. What does that mean for you and me? Most South Africans will go, I heard a South African leader say, I don't care about the Rand dollar, it means nothing to us. Who cares what's happening with the dollar? He forgets that we buy everything in South Africa, and the people selling to us are selling in rands? No, they're selling in dollars. And so when the dollar goes through the floor, we all get poorer overnight. Everything's going to get expensive. Watch, in the next couple of weeks, you'll see the price increases as a result of the shops having to buy things with more rands for the same thing that they were buying just a few weeks before for less rands. This is a problem that we have. And so we need to pull ourselves out of that economy. We need to be able to race ahead of it by creating our own economy. And that is what we created at DuePoint. We created a tool we call the DuePoint system. And it is a system that allows you to create your own economy. It does not ask you to do any of the things you've had to do before. You're not selling anything at DuePoint. You're not carrying stock around with you at DuePoint. You don't have paper application forms that you have to run to your friends with. And you don't do presentations. None of the things you might have been asked to do before are what you're going to do here at DuePoint. We have used the latest technology to put into place one single task for you. We want you to do just one thing. We want you just to connect South Africans to us. By doing that, you become what we call a wealth engineer that you contract with us to do. That one task, just connect South Africans to us. By connecting South Africans to us, you create a greater market penetration for us. We then, as the insurance company, are able to go away, facilitate the purchase of our products into this penetration you've created, and that creates for us greater revenue. Greater revenue puts us into a position where we're able to create wealth for you. Everywhere else you've been and everything else you've done in this life has created cash for you. I call it cash in transit. Even your job, you work for a month, they give you one amount of money, that's it. If you don't work the next month, it's gone. There's no more money coming. You have to keep working to keep that money coming. If you buy products or sell products, what do you know? You sell the products, you get your income once. Just when you sell the products. If you stop selling the products, the income disappears. None of that creates circumstance-changing income and wealth for you. We create here a wealth off of the back of a recurring income. Why? Because with a recurring income, we can start building our own personal economy. We can start changing our circumstances. People say to me, Brendan, I want 100,000 Rand, I want it now. Yes, 100,000 Rand now would be great, but how quickly would it disappear? If I gave it to you in cash, by the end of this month, it'd be gone. And your circumstances would be no different than they are right now. But if I say to you, well, I'll give you 10,000 Rand every month. Every month, I'll just put 10,000 Rand in. Now what happens is you treat it very differently. You now go and buy yourself a house or buy a car or settle debt, changing your circumstances. That's what we want at DuePoint. How do we create a recurring income? We create it off of the back of our financial services that all run on debit orders. Debit orders run every month, no matter what you're doing, and your income comes in without you having to chase after people to buy again. You know what I'm saying? When you've had to sell something before, you know every month you've got to beg them to buy it again. Here our products run. They never run out. They never expire. They never go off. They're never damaged on delivery. They're perfect every time, delivered 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, anywhere in the country. DuePoint is nationwide. And what it does is it means off of single connections using our technology, you create a growing stream of recurring income, or wealth, like we like to call it here. We built the system in South Africa, by South Africans, for South Africans. So there are no excuses for not doing DuePoint. I've heard them all before. I don't have time. I'm very busy. That's a favorite one. That's a very typical South African cultural thing. And we're teaching our children it too. I've noticed our children, when I was a child, I would go to school in the morning and come home in the afternoon. You know, 1-2 hours at home. Not anymore. Our children now go to school at 6 and come home at 6, 7 o'clock at night. And what are we teaching them? To be busy. Are we teaching them to create wealth? No. My children didn't create any wealth in the 12 hours they were at school. But in the same way, how much wealth are we creating in all the hours we're spending in our jobs at the moment? How much wealth are you spending? You're working 60, 80, 100 hours a week. I know that. Is it making you poorer or richer? These are questions you have to ask yourself. But we knew this anyway. We knew that South Africans would say they're too busy. So again, because it's built in South Africa, we built a system that allows you to leverage the little bit of time you have. It allows you to build teams we call channels here, which then leverage your time, your production, your everything, so that you don't have to change your life completely to become a wealth engineer. You're using technology. You're not selling and presenting. It's not burning up your hours. It is just creating wealth through the technology that we have built here. Folks, we give you the use of the system at no cost. Everywhere else you've been to, you know you've had to pay. You had to pay for the presentation. You had to pay a startup fee. You had to pay for a starter kit or application forms or training, or you had to pay all the time for everything. At DuePoint, by simply being a product owner, you automatically get free use of everything. The technology, the offices, the staff, everything that is DuePoint is yours without cost, without monthly admin fees, without any money leaving your hands this evening as you become a wealth engineer. In addition, because you're not going to sell or present for us, you're not agents or reps or intermediaries or brokers or advisors. You're none of these things. It means that every South African, no matter your experience or qualification, can be a wealth engineer. It means that every South African can be building an asset for themselves. What's an asset? Well, an asset does three things for you. First of all, it creates income even when you can't work on it. That's what your channel does with us here at DuePoint. An asset, secondly, is something that you can price and sell to somebody else. If you have a car, that's your asset. You can sell it to someone else. Here, these channels, these teams that you build and the income they produce can be priced and you can sell them in our system. And in addition, an asset always outlives you. Your car doesn't die when you die. It moves on to the next generation. Here, these channels and this income that you've earned during your lifetime is automatically transferred to your children when you pass away. And they get to have something positive from your passing. What do we leave our children at the moment? Nothing. We don't get to leave assets behind. You can't leave your job behind. You know that. If you pass away, they don't give your job to your kid. Here at DuePoint, you have created an intergenerational asset. We know of no other company in South Africa today that offers that to the average South African. The ability to not only create wealth in your generation, but in the generations to come afterwards. That is what you build at DuePoint with us. Like I said at the beginning, you might have thought this was another one of those things. It's not. What we have built here is completely unique in South Africa. Nobody's been able to demonstrate to us anyone else doing what we're doing right now in the creation of wealth for the average South African. Folks, we've built this entire system off the simplest platform. Everybody can do it. If you can tap your smartphone, then you can connect South Africans to us. As you do tap your phone and connect South Africans to us, your platform, your channel of distribution is born. These individuals are going to go out and do exactly the same thing as you. They're going to use our technology to connect South Africans to us by simply tapping their phone. And your platform begins to grow and expand across the country. We have seen this thousands of times already at DuePoint. Like I said, we're not new. You're not sitting here this evening seeing this for the first time. We've been doing this for half a decade. Tens of thousands of South Africans have already been through the system, creating wealth for themselves by simply utilizing our technology. Folks, we then come along, not you. We come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout your channel. You don't have to do that. That's something you never have to talk about or do, is talk about or sell our products. But as we, as the insurance company, facilitate those purchases, your wealth is now naturally born. And we distribute that wealth to you in two ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel every month that it's made, multiplied by a percentage of where in your channel the payment is made. Sounds complicated, but it's not. It's very simple. You're going to go out, you're going to connect a few people. When they make their product payments, you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's R55 a month per product. They take multiple products, you get R55 times the multiple. If they take two products, you're going to get R110. Three products, R165. Four products, R220, and so on and so on and so on. You have the ability to now control your income. These individuals are going to go out and connect a few more people using our technology. When they pay for your product, again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. You've been here for 5 minutes. You've connected a handful of people and you're earning R1,000 a month. It's not big money, but you've only done a few things. It's R12,000 a year off of connections that you have made with us here at DuePoint. If you want more, do more, connect more, spend more time connecting South Africans to us, and you will continue to earn. Folks, there's no limit to how much you can earn at DuePoint. We don't cut you off somewhere in your channel. As long as you qualify to earn, you can earn on every point in your channel. Every point in your channel. You can build a channel that's 100 points deep and be earning off of all of it, and then hand it to your children when you pass away, and they can grow it even further, and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. This is something that gives you unlimited earning potential. It rests in your hands. You decide how much work you're going to put into this tool to create wealth. Now, we believe there's two ingredients to success at DuePoint. Over half a decade of doing this, we can see that there's just two things that need to be done to succeed at DuePoint. We call them time and numbers. Numbers is your ability to connect people. The more people you connect, the more success you have. But the other ingredient that must be mixed in with it is time. You must mix time into this effort, into this exercise. Many South Africans today are unwilling to do anything for any length of time. Again, it's a very cultural thing from us. It spurs from our past. Folks, people, why do we think that these kind of get-rich-quickie scheme things that we see on Facebook and WhatsApps do so well? Why, they do well and then they fade away, but they've taken all your money by then. Why are they able to succeed like that? Because they know what you're looking for. And they come in and they say, listen, I'll make you rich in 3 months. 3 months, you'll be rich. You've seen them all. They show you guys doing snow angels on their bed with cash lying around them. Hey, you've seen those guys. They show you, it's always the WhatsApp with the gold outline and the black, and then there's a guy on a boat in the Mediterranean and a lady buying a brand new Gucci handbag. I've seen all the WhatsApps of that. And they say, you'll be rich in 90 days. And we all fall for it. They say, just give me $5,000. Just give me 10 grand. Just buy my 2.5 grand's worth of creams and potions and whatever it might be, and I'll get you started. We've all fallen for it. I can see on your faces. You're going, yes, I've been down that road. But the reality is nobody gets rich in 90 days. Nobody. Otherwise, all of you would have done it already. What we have realized and have worked out is that time is a critical ingredient in the creation of permanent, lifetime, intergenerational wealth. It just cannot be avoided. And when you mix those two in, well, then we can calculate how much you can expect to earn. People ask us that question, how much can I earn at DuePoint? And I goes, well, it completely depends on you. How many connections are you willing to make? And over what length of time are you willing to make those connections? That's it. And so we use a very simple example here at DuePoint. It's built off the back of nearly half a decade of data. So these are all real people that have built these numbers. It's not me having fun with Excel. This is actual performance. And it fits into everybody's lifestyle. So we use a growth rate formula we call 3+2. It says in your first month with us, you have to connect 3 people. Now, of course, you can connect 10, you can connect 30, you can connect 300. We don't mind. But if you're going to follow these numbers, then you've got to connect 3 at least in your first month with us. Then +2, every month thereafter, you need to connect at least 2 solid paying connections. If you're able to do that every month, then depending on how much time you're willing to put in, we can calculate what you can reasonably expect to earn. And so we put all of the mathematics in with it, lapses, cancellations, people doing it, people not doing it, all of that sort of jazz. And we say that 3+2 over 6 months gets you to about 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month is 30,000 Rand a year. People say to me, Brendan, that's not enough. I go, well, you haven't been connecting enough, have you? You've only been doing 2 people a month. I'm pretty sure you can do more than 2 people a month, but we're trying to be conservative. So 2 people a month, 6 months, you're 2,500 Rand, not once, every month thereafter. That's why it translates to 30,000 Rand a year after just 6 months worth of effort. 6 months worth of effort puts us in February next year. It's that soon. It's just a blink of the eye and 6 months will be gone. But if you can do another 6 months, do a year with us, then that 2.5 becomes 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month is 120,000 Rand a year. You made it for yourself in 1 year. You didn't do anything fancy. You didn't have to do 20 people a month. It was just 2 solid paid connections a month. And you did it every month for 1 year. And then the math starts catching up to you. This is the thing we know. People are going to let you down. That's just normal process. But the maths builds in the background. And all of a sudden you turn around, you're on 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. For the average South African, that changes everything. And when I say the average South African, I mean 99% of us. It really doesn't matter how much you earn, 30, 40, 50, 80 grand. If somebody gives you 10,000 extra Rand a month, that's your bond payment on your house. It's private medical aid for a family. It's paying off private school for your kids. I mean, it's serious cash. And you built it in 1 year with us. Ask yourself now, what are you doing this year outside of DuePoint? Will it get you an extra 10,000 Rand a month next year? If we know that our expenditure is going through the roof, but our income is kind of falling in South Africa, what does an extra 10 grand a month do for you? Well, again, some of you will say, no, I need more. That's fine. Just keep going. Just keep connecting 2 a month or more if you'd like. But if you're doing 2 a month, then after 2 years, you're up to 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year. As I remind you, this is not fun with maths. This is actual people that have built this data for us. Okay, 2 years in, 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. Has that changed your life? Is it circumstance changing wealth, or is it just cash in transit? It's 30 grand a month that's coming through to you. If you do it for 3 years, it becomes 45,000 Rand, plus minus. If you do it for 4 years, it's about 60,000 Rand a month. You haven't done anything, you haven't changed anything. You're still just connecting 2 people every single month. You're not worried about how they are reacting, what they're doing. You just know it's 2 connections a month. If you're willing to put 5 years of time in to connecting individuals to us, well, then you can expect between 80 and 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You can reasonably expect that. Why? Because others have done it. You won't be the first. You'll be in the queue of the guys that have done it. The guys that said, I'm going to put time in. I'm not worried about being rich in 90 days. That's nonsense. I'll put 5 years in. 5 years is nothing. How long have you worked in your career for? Has it been 10 years, 15 years? Did you get to 100,000 in the first 5 years that you were there? No. Yeah, you can. Did you have to do anything special to get there? No. Just 2 solid connections every single month for 60 months. If you're able to mix those 2 ingredients in, well, then you can dictate what income you want to be on. We've got people that got there much faster, and we've got people that got there much slower. You decide where you are in this. And of course, we show you people every month that are doing this. We don't bring out the dancing girls and the fireworks and the loud music and the American commentator. We don't have any of that here. Here we show you everybody. People going slowly, people going medium, people going fast. Show you them all. We've got nothing to hide here. You decide what you want to be. And just last week, we had old Glenn up with us. Glenn's been with us for 2 years and 3 months now, but he's actually only been with us for 3 months. Why? Because the first 2 years, he wasn't doing anything. He was focused on his businesses. He's a contractor. He contracts to a whole lot of schools, does a whole lot of transport with them. And then 3 months ago, the school started chopping off the contracts. Chop, chop, chop. All of a sudden, he finds his income has halved. Was it in his control? He was self-employed. He said, of course it's in my control. I'm my own boss. And the next morning, he wakes up with half his income. That's not in control. Don't believe for a second if you're a contractor, you're in control. Your contracts can be gone tomorrow, as Glenn learned. So Glenn said, what have I been wasting my time on? I had this tool sitting, waiting for me to use it. And 90 days ago, he decided to start working on it. And in the 90 days, he's built himself now an income of $2,000 a month. Now, that might not sound too surprising, but remember I said it was going to take you 6 months to get to 2,500. He's done nearly all of that in 90 days. So he's moving at double the speed. But more importantly than that, he's utilized our Achievers Quest, which we'll talk about in a minute, to increase that earning by $5,000 a month every month for the last 3 months, and he's doing it this month again. That means in 90 days, he didn't earn 6,000 Rand, he earned 21,000 Rand. Now, how many of you know of something that could get you to 21,000 Rand in 90 days? Glenn does. It's called DuePoint. He finally realized it 90 days ago. He picked the tool up, and everything has changed for him in the last 3 months. Everything about the way he sees wealth, about how he creates wealth, has changed as he has boosted his income by $5,000 every month and has grown in the background a growing level of wealth with our system. Folks, we then had up Sibu with us. Sibu's been with us for 6 minutes. That's a typing error because we measure months in minutes here at DuePoint. When we measure time, we talk in years at DuePoint. He's been here for 6 months. It's nothing. 6 months isn't even the beginning of this year. If you can believe it, 6 months is March. I mean, it's nothing. When was March? I'm still in March. I keep having to delete the date on my page and write August. I mean, do you know that we're halfway through today, August? It's the 15th of, I can't anymore. I'm still in 2016. How are we moving so fast? He's been here for 6 months. And in his 6 months with us, he's created a channel worth 4,500 Rand a month. He wasn't at my presentation, clearly. He must have gone to Rob's presentation or something because I said 6 months to 2,500 Rand a month, didn't I? He got to 4.5 in 6. You see, you choose. You choose what you want. What is an extra $5,000 a month to you right now? 60 grand a year. He's almost on it. He's on about 55,000 bucks a year now with us, and he did it in 6 months. All of these stories you can see on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search DuePoint, scroll down, Wealth Engineers Tell All. There are hundreds of these stories, which are a sample of individuals we put on this stage. 1 or 2 or 3 a month that we bring up from around the country, and we show you what people are doing. And you decide what you want to do. Folks, I see some surprised faces. Yeah, some of the people you know are already in the business. They're already making wealth. Some of them have been earning for 4 or 5 years already. You've got to ask them why it took them so long to connect you here. Why did it take so long? You've been earning money for 5 years. You didn't tell me about it. This is what's happening here at DuePoint. Like I said to you, it is now time to go from spectator to participator here at DuePoint. And you can decide what you want to earn with us. So that's the first way we create wealth for you. Remember, your task is just to connect, not to sell. You've been connecting, we've created returns for you. Now, the second way is through our training program, our XP Rewards training program. What it is designed to do is to teach you how to do this business. You see, people come in here and they think they know. I was there and I did this and I was at another place and we did this, so I know what I'm doing. No, you don't. Here at DuePoint, you're not doing what you did elsewhere. Here you're now creating permanent wealth in a very different way than you did before. So we teach you how to do it. In addition, we teach you everything else. We teach you how to become a successful social entrepreneur. We teach you about the economy that you live in that you didn't know about. We teach you about personal wealth creation, how the wealthy create wealth for themselves. We teach you these things. How much does it cost you? 5,000 Rand a session. No, I'm joking. Nothing. It costs you nothing at DuePoint. This is not one of those things where you pay money anymore. Here you get all of it, world-class training you get, and no additional cost. That's what you get. Now, As you complete the steps in our training, we give you XP points, experience points. They accumulate. You can't lose them because you can't lose experience. And as they accumulate, naturally, your channel is going to be growing. Where they meet certain criteria in our program, we rank you up. When we rank you up, we reward you with cash. The cash starts growing. Each time you rank up, you get more and more cash. At rank 5, we start to equip you. We give you a full toolkit. Then at rank 7, we get you a 20,000 Rand set of imported gold-leafed, gold-gilded business cards. You will be the only people in the country with them. When you hand somebody a business card that has real gold on it, then suddenly we don't look quite like everything else. Now we're talking the real deal, and it's got your name on it. At rank 9, for those of you who've mixed in time and numbers, as long as you maintain your channel size with us, so it's not requalify every year, requalify, those things drive me mad. No, when you get to rank 9 and you just maintain your channel size there, every year that you do, we will take you away for the rest of your life on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip with your family. So not one of those things that you saw on the WhatsApp with the gold on the outside and the black and the boats and the snow angel guy, and it said, we'll take you to the Portuguese islands on an MSC cruise, but you'll be in the room next to the engine, no windows, and you can't eat anything other than the basic meal. I've always wondered what a basic meal is. It's a bread and water. And you have to get yourself to the airport. Some of them I've seen, you have to pay the airport taxes, which is like 90% of the ticket. None of that. None of that. This is all expenses paid, 5-star business class. And you go with your family. And we go in December when it's hot and expensive and your kids are on holiday. And we go every year. We're not hoping to go. We've been going every year. A growing group of rank 9s. And our question is, well, who's joining us? Who will join us on these trips? Because if you do, then your Decembers look like this. Goodness. You know, this time of year, that's looking real attractive right now as we get there. Folks, there's a growing group of us, as I've said, that go. We go every year. That was a montage of all the different places that we've been to over the years. Everything that we talk about in these presentations, we've delivered on already. They're not new, they're not hopes, they're not promises, they're delivered. It's just a matter of whether, like I said earlier, you want to start participating with us on these sorts of things. And rank 11, we'll give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not financed through us or rented from us. And we don't give it to you and then take it away when your production drops off. It's your car in your name because it is a tool you will use to build wealth. Now, that's 11 of the 28 currently mapped ranks in our training program. 11 of 28. It's 1/3. What do you think exists in the other 2/3? It's worth thinking about. Folks, we build the wealth we build all of this wealth off of the back of our financial services products, which I mentioned in the beginning. We've got 4 that you can pick from here at DuePoint. The first is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. Your first is your very own tax-free investment account, and your second is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324, we put it straight into your investment every month so that you are building an asset with us from day one. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It costs 249 Rand a month. For that 249 Rand, you get 1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how sick you are, doesn't matter what any of your personal circumstances are, and there are no waiting periods. Every South African can be involved in DuePoint building wealth and can have cover with us. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It starts at 299 a month. From there, you've got a whole host of options you can pick from. 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, 5 or 10 family members added to the mix, and you as the policy holder get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. This means that when you pass away one day, we'll settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt for you so that your family don't have to. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month. For that, you get to be a member of our Buyers Club and you get access to all of our suppliers. As a 7-decade-old public listed life and short-term insurance company, we get a lot of companies coming to us to offer us discounts, prices, vouchers, all sorts of things, VIP services, packages you couldn't get. But here you can through this program. So we tackle both ends of the spectrum. What did we need? We needed to get control of our income again. We create that. Through our products, we tackle the other end. Our rising costs. How do we reduce them? How do we get on top of them? Well, with products like this. Now, folks, every one of our products has got training and review videos on it. So if you battle to read, we've got a full video on them. Each one, full video on them, as well as the product documents. You can go and read all the product documents online. So you can have a full understanding of these products, and you can maximize your benefits before you've even started connecting your first person with us here. Now, with our Wealth Points program at the moment, we're running a special. Every month, over the next couple of months, we're going to have our suppliers demonstrating to us just what kind of value they offer to us. This month of August, we've had Arman from FHM Personal Fitness and Training. He's one of our suppliers in our Wealth Points Buyers Club. He gives us normally 50% off on his rates if you're a Wealth Points member, but this month special, just for August, he said, any wealth engineer, whether you're a Wealth Points Buyers Club member or not, can come and train with him online. He has an online training process where he can train you anywhere in the country. And online doesn't mean that it's like a gimmick, an app on your thing. No, it's an app, but with that app, he contacts you every day. He sets up diets, he sets up exercise programs. It doesn't matter what you want, whether you want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or you just want to be a bikini model. He will do everything in between as well. He's a full professional trainer. And even if you want to be a professional bodybuilder, he does that as well. He teaches guys and trains them for that. He does everything. And what he's doing this month, he says, if you pay for your first month of online training, he'll give you the second month free. So effectively, he's giving 75% discount to his services in the month of August this year for anybody interested who is a DuePoint Wealth Engineer. It's just one of our suppliers. Now, you can follow Armand on our Facebook page. His telephone numbers are up there, and of course on our website. We've had a couple of videos that we've posted of him training and all sorts of things. Go and watch it. He's just one supplier that we have in our Wealth Points Buyers Club. We wrap all of this, ladies and gentlemen, in our Achievers Quest. This is what I was talking about earlier. Glenn has achieved it 3 months in a row. What does it say? Well, it runs in calendar months, the first day to the last day. Every month it repeats. And it says, in a calendar month, if you can connect 10, 20, or 30 people and have them paid by the end of that month, well, then we will boost your returns and rewards by an additional 5,000 Rand, 10,000 Rand, 15,000 Rand. Now, you got to think about it. Glenn's done it 3 months in a row, and he's doing it for his 4th month this month. That means in 4 months, he will have gained 20,000 Rand. If he keeps going, he will have achieved 60,000 Rand in bonuses in this year. If you're able to do 20 people, if you do that in a year, 20 people every month, well then it's a bonus 120,000 Rand. And of course, if you can do 30 people in a month, well then it's a bonus 180,000 Rand a year if you're able to do it each month. This is here to get you going, and it's here to sustain you while you build your returns and rewards. So some people have said to me, Brennan, the problem with DuePoint is you don't earn fast enough. I laugh at them. There isn't another business in the country today, whether it's from Thailand, Russia, or here, that will help you earn faster than the way we do in the sustainable, lifetime, intergenerational fashion that we do with DuePoint. In addition, in 2019, we're running our 365 challenge. This is the serious business challenge. This might not be for any of you, but it might also be for one of you. You'll decide. It's for serious business. It says that in your first 365 days with us, that starts tonight if you sign up tonight, in your first year with us, if you're able to put 365 people in, then at the end of that year, we'll give you the equivalent of 1.25 million Rand. That's this year. I'm pretty sure that none of you are going to do something this year that's going to get you 1.25 million Rands worth of value. I'm pretty sure. But here it will. After your year, if you achieve the 365, we put 365,000 Rand in cash check into your bank account. We know that your channel has grown past rank 9 by this stage, which means you're coming away with us on a 250,000 Rand holiday with your family, potentially for the rest of your life. We also know that your channel's grown past rank 11, which means that in the next 12 months, you'll get your very own brand new car. But more importantly than all of that, we're in the business of wealth. We know what a rank 11 plus channel earns. What does it earn in returns? 40 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 600,000 Rand a year, ladies and gentlemen. You can create that for yourself in the next 12 months. All you've got to do is connect, on average, a person a day. If we go back, let's go back, that's one of these a day. So what happens is if you do 365, you get an additional bonus 180,000 Rand. Oh my goodness, hang on. So I get a check for 365,000, a holiday, a car. I earn on average every month 40 to 50,000 Rand, and you're going to top it up by 15 grand a month for the year that I do it. Yeah. I told you, this is serious business. You have to decide now whether you're going to do it or not. You can come up with all the excuses. We've had them all. I don't have time. I'm too busy. I don't know anyone. I don't like your products. This business will come and go. I've seen them all. There's a pyramid scheme. I've seen all of them. I don't know how we got listed on the JSE as a pyramid scheme. We must be the only listed pyramid scheme. You know, our system has been designed to kill all of those excuses. I'm not a salesperson. It's all gone. It's all gone. The other one I like, no, I've got a good job. No, you don't. Nobody in South Africa's got a good job. You've got a job that's on a clock, and that clock is running out. Every one of us, 600,000 people a year are becoming unemployed. Nobody can give us an excuse. If you're serious, we're serious too. We will change your life permanently and forever if you put your head down and you do the work. Folks, go and do whatever research you need to do about DuePoint. Go to the JSE, look us up under Conduit Capital, go to Constantia's website. Our financial statements are there, our directors are listed there, and our BE status is even listed there. Go and look. Get comfortable. Go to the regulators' websites. The FSCA's got our licenses, life and short-term licenses, and all of our FSP licenses. You're not dealing with something that you've dealt with before. This is completely unique and completely different. And so if you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, you've got to do 4 things. That's it. 4 things. The first thing is you've got to sign up. You can't be a wealth engineer until you've signed up. Go to our website, DuePoint.net. Don't be scared of the web, guys. 2020 in 5 minutes. We can't be scared of the internet anymore. DuePoint.net, go there, read the pages, watch the videos, click join in and apply. Fill out the application form in less than 3 minutes. You'll be a wealth engineer. Not a single cent having left your pockets this evening. Not a single cent. Then I need you to get the tech. You cannot do this business without our app and a smartphone. So if you don't have those 2 things, you know what you're going shopping for tomorrow. A smartphone. Once you've got the smartphone, download our app. Again, it's free. There's free Wi-Fi here for you guys that are here this evening. Otherwise, find a free Wi-Fi hotspot and get the app on your phone. You can't build it without it. Don't think the person who connected you tonight can use their app to help you. It won't. It'll just end in disaster. You use your own phone with your own app. Get it done. Then, step number 3, you've got to do the training. Don't believe for a second you know how to do this business. DuePoint is different from everything you've ever done. Right now, none of you can tell me how to connect somebody to DuePoint. If I asked you, show me how you connect somebody, none of you will know. So like on that very first day at your first job, do you remember it? They didn't let you handle the machinery. They didn't let you do the work until you've done a bit of training. At DuePoint, once you've downloaded the app, bottom right-hand corner, you're going to click Tools, and you're going to watch those training videos. Once you've watched them, you will now know how to connect South Africans to us, and then get out there and start connecting. Once you've connected 3 people to us, you're making money. You're making money. 3 connections, you can probably do it tonight before you go to bed. Watch some training, connect the people, and by the time you go to bed this evening, you're wealthier than you were at the beginning of this presentation. Folks, we've got the tools for you. If you need them, if you want them, we've got them. Go and buy them at our counter. You'll see them in the glass cabinet. Prices are there. Otherwise, around the country, go to our website, dewpoint.net, click store. All of them are there. Order them, and we'll have them delivered to your door. At the moment, we've got a special running on our business cards. If you order them online, you get a 20% discount. So go and order them now before that disappears. And we've just released our brand new shirts, men's and ladies' cuts. It's a great way to get the good news out. Go and get the shirts, get the tools, the USB sticks with the presentations on, etc., etc. Get the tools so that you can succeed in this business. Folks, it's a nationwide business. We travel around the country all the time. We've had a whole host of cities we've been to already this year, and our next city is Bombela, Nelspruit. We're looking forward to it tremendously. It's pumping up in Limpopo and in Mpumalanga at the moment. We're looking forward to seeing all of you there. But more importantly, we're looking forward to seeing the people around the rest of the country joining us there, building wealth across the nation, not just in the little village that they stay in, but across the nation. And when I say little village, I mean like Bryanston Village, Sandton Village. So we live in these villages. We want to break past those boundaries, and we want to build nationwide businesses. And that's why we want to see all of you there. Remember, go to our website or our app, click events, scroll down to this event, click attend, and book your tickets. Tickets are free. Everything at DuePoint is free. Book those tickets, book your guests in, and then we'll know how big a venue to book for you guys when we're up there on the 14th. We're on every piece of technology known to man. If you want to watch our broadcast nationwide live every day, Tuesday through Saturdays, then you need to be on YouTube with us. Go to YouTube, search DuePoint, click subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Mark it with a bell, and your phone will ping every time we go live, and you can be showing people wherever you are the DuePoint opportunity. Folks, follow us on Facebook, love us, like us, follow us. Why? Because we produce social media content for you every day so that you can share it, tag it, copy and paste it, stick it wherever you need. You do not need to create your own Facebook pages or anything. You just take your personal page and you push everything we produce for you on a daily basis out there, and you'll make a killing. And folks, if our videos are too much data for you, we've got podcasts. They're a fraction of the size. Go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and listen to our videos instead of watching them. It takes a lot less data. In every way, we are ready for South Africa. In every way, we are convenient for South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see how serious we are. We're not mucking around here at DuePoint. We are creating wealth, and we are creating a separate economy for South Africans to survive and prosper in. And we want you to come and join us. You might have questions and concerns. That's fine. Come and ask us. Don't think that there's something else out there that's better. There isn't. In South Africa today, there isn't. I make these sweeping statements because nobody's been able to prove me wrong. Right now, tens of thousands of people are changing their lives. The question is, when will you join them? That's the question tonight. When are you going to join them in something that's permanent, recurring, life-changing? Come and ask me your questions and concerns. Call our client service team during the week and ask any questions if you're not here this evening. But don't walk away tonight without this tool in your hands. Pick it up and get started in building your wealth right now. Folks, we'll be live again tomorrow at 12:15. Tune in, even if you're at work. Tune in with your work colleagues. Get them signed up and get them connected to us via our live broadcast. The rest of you I'll see in this auditorium at 12:15 tomorrow. And for those of you here this evening, I'm going to see you all outside now. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.